This is the first of 2 press briefings that we will be providing throughout Election Day. Our briefings are a proactive way to ensure that members of the media have multiple opportunities to ask questions. Both of our briefings today will include real-time updates and relevant information for voters. This briefing will give an overview of resources and information about how election results will be reported this evening once the polls are closed. Our follow-up briefing will be at 8 p.m. this evening. At the 8 p.m. briefing, we will review any issues that occurred throughout the day and outline what will occur in the days following Election Day. I want to make sure and thank our local election officials who arrived at their polling places at 5 a.m. this morning to have them open for voters by 6 a.m. Today, we want every eligible Virginian to vote. We ensure this with our experienced election officials. Virginia is unique in that we administer major elections every year. Our election officials know the types of issues voters can face on Election Day and are very familiar with how to help them. We have processes that are based on state and federal law, and we use these tested processes to ensure that every eligible voter can vote in Virginia. We want everyone to vote with confidence and ask that you be sure to thank an election official when you go to vote today. This morning, in terms of issues that we are aware of, there was an emergency polling place change in Newport News over the weekend. In Precinct 316, which is the Ivy Farm Community Faith Church, a vehicle ran through the church building on Saturday, and the city has condemned the building. So they made an emergency polling place change over the weekend to the South Morrison Family Education Center. Following the process that is outlined by the department, the Newport News Registrar's Office has posted at the original polling place information for voters on where they need to go. They have given the public information through media outlets, and a deputy sheriff will be located at the site with their emergency lights on to hand out informational notices to all voters if they arrive at the original location, sending them to the emergency polling place location for today. Now I'd like to walk through the PowerPoint presentation we prepared, which covers resources and information on election night results reporting. As of today, we have 6.3 million registered voters in Virginia. I did provide you with our polling place update, and now we're going to talk about resources that are available on our website and our election night results. As of today, a total of 1.596 absentee ballots have been requested. As of November 1st, 1.4 million Virginians had voted through early voting. That includes 1.1 million who voted early in person and 300,000 that were returned by mail. All of the information that you need about voting today is available on our website at vote.virginia.gov. As you can see, circled in green there is your polling place lookup tool. You simply enter your address and it will take you to information that includes where to vote, your ballot information, your general registrar's office location and phone number, and additional information for voters. We also have resources available on our website that talk about the elections process from start to finish. We have entire pages dedicated to how an election is stood up, what happens when you vote, and what happens to your ballot after you put it in the scanning machine. Our website has also been translated into 11 languages. So however you choose to view vote.virginia.gov, you can do so with our language translations. Just briefly to cover information about mail-in ballots. If you have a mail-in ballot, it must be postmarked by today in order to be considered. It has to be received by Friday at noon at the registrar's office. We would encourage anybody, if you have not already mailed your ballot, there are a couple ways that you can return it. One, you can take it to the post office, but we would highly encourage you to take it inside the post office and get a hand-stamped postmark. And we would also ask that you not put it in the blue box outside the post office. Please walk it inside if you are trying to mail it today. Make sure that you get it postmarked. Alternatively, you could take it to your general registrar's office and drop it off there, or you could drop it off at a polling location in your locality. Once the polls close at 7 p.m., our website is going to put this screen on the front page, and you can click to easily find election night results. We're going to briefly review what our election night results look like. The first page is going to be a map of the Commonwealth. You can click on any locality, or you can type the name of the locality into the search bar. We're going to provide 5 types of election results. 3 of those are going to populate tonight. 2 of them will populate a little later on in the canvass process. The types of results that will populate tonight are the early voting results, the election day results from precincts, and the mailed absentee results. Later on, once they've been adjudicated, provisional ballots will appear as well as any post-election ballots. When looking at individual race results, you can look at it for the entire state, or you can click on the bottom right-hand corner to get results by locality. When you click on results by locality, you can also see what methods voters are choosing to vote with in that locality by clicking on the vote method box. Additionally, we offer results by precinct. When you can click on results by precinct, and you can also see the method that voters are choosing to vote within an exact precinct. Throughout the evening, we are providing locality reporting status, so you can see how a locality is doing in reporting their results. There will be 3 different types of statuses: not reported, election night reported, or fully reported. The most you should see tonight is election night reported, which is going to include all early and mail ballots and your election day precincts. Additionally, if you look at reporting status on our website, you can see each locality and where they are in terms of reporting their results. We have a couple new features on our website this year. As a result of a legislative change, we are required now to provide provisional ballots by precinct. They used to be reported at the county or city level. They now must be reported more granularly at the precinct level. And you can see there's a new column there in red on our by method reporting, so that you can see how many provisional ballots were voted on in that particular precinct. That's not going to be available until closer to November 14th, once electoral boards have met to adjudicate their provisional ballots. Additionally, another new feature that we have is our close races. This is a box that you can click that is going to show you any races that are within the 2% margin. As we're going to have 100 House of Delegates races today, it might be interesting for some folks to find out which races are very close. If you click on the close races box, it will only populate with those races that are within a 2% margin. Up next, we're going to have our 8 p.m. press briefing, which will cover, once the polls have officially closed at 7 p.m., we'll talk some more about election night reporting, and then we're going to talk about a post-election timetable and what are the things that are happening after Election Day. I am happy to take your questions. We're going to begin by taking questions from the room first, and then we are going to follow by taking questions from callers online. And I will start with you, Marcus. So I don't have a number right now of provisional ballots that have already been issued, but I can tell you that the probably most common reason would be same-day registration that is being done in the early voting period. Are there other questions in the room? We have worked very closely with the Postal Service this year. They have been fantastic partners in terms of responding to issues that we have flagged up to them. We've met with them on a weekly basis, sometimes communicating with them on a daily basis. While we have been very happy with the type of response that they've shown us, we do still have concerns and have heard from voters that there are concerns. So if for any reason you are not sure that your ballot has made it back, you can show up and try to vote a regular ballot at your polling place today, or contact your registrar's office for more information on whether or not your ballot has reached the registrar's office.
When do you anticipate the busiest time of day at the precincts if people are voting in person today?
Typically the busiest times at precincts are first thing in the morning when people are on their way to work, And then in the afternoon, in the 5 to 7 p.m. timeframe, when people are coming home from work, that is typically when they will stop by their precinct to vote.